So we're live for live stream 386, and as we usually do, let's go have a look what's happened on these markets. We see the Nasdaq down 140 points, a bit of a divergence from the ES. The ES is about flat. Gold is up 0.6%. Our VIX is below 20. Ooh. VIX below 20. How am I going to play today? Could be problematic for me. I haven't had VIX below 20 in a while. It's about 20. Let's see what's happened here. We have enough volatility in the market, I believe. Let's look at NQ here. So the volume's at the upper end of the TPO profile here. Rejected that point of control, high volume point. Could close back above this blue line, and we could target that upper volume there. But we don't have the volatility we're looking for, so we're going to have a shifting strategy. Let's see, gold certainly has the volatility somewhat. Came to the downside, rejected. Got this consolidation zone. Where's the TPO profile? Don't have it on this chart. Okay. This looks a bit gappy. Less than 100,000 worth of contracts traded over on gold, so that's not great. Let's see. I'm going to participate.
Order submit. Order filled.
In our friends here. Our gold. I'm not a biggest fan of this trade, but let's see. Because of this consolidation here. Let's see. About 6. Okay. All right. Let's think about this. Got a decision to make here. You know what? Let's see. No decision to make. That's coming back. Okay. Can't use this strategy here. There's not enough volatility. Not enough volatility, plus we got a point of control above us. Okay. Let's see. Ideally, I'd like for this gold to end bullish here. It does not. Sugar. Okay, so what will I be doing? I'll have to use a different strat. If we're going to be below 20 on the VIX, then mm, I see there's certainly enough on NQ, but don't know if I can trust NQ, to be honest. I don't know if I can trust it. Certainly enough room up towards that
Order filled.
Gonna participate here. If it comes down and stops me out, then so be it. 68.50. No.
Stop filled.
Just as I suspected. It's gonna chop around. Maybe I should look at the economic calendar. I don't believe this today is the... No, there isn't any. It's not when we have the old... It's not when we have the old interest rates or anything. So I went into that area, which I was a bit concerned about. Sellers have come back. So I'm going to be stopped out here on gold.
Stop filled.
Stopped out there on gold, so not a great start to the day. The VIX is not to my liking. Got lower volume, not even cleared 1,000,000 on ES. Not even got above 100k yet on gold. Mm. Hmm. Let's see. This is a long on gold.
Order submitted. Order filled.
$21. Hopefully we can pick up the target here. Where do we need to attack? We've got all these highs here around 29.2s, 32s, so there's quite a few highs that need to be attacked. So that's 121. Oh, let's face facts, right? We don't have the VIX needed for break.
Target filled.
Oh, wow. Target filled on the personal. What's going on here? Just waiting for the to fill on the. There we go. Target filled on the streaming account. So we're back to break even on the day. So we had this breakout of this level here. This is in a horrible area at the minute because we're seeing the volume start to build over on our friends at NQ. So we've got the volume building. So this point of control possibly is going to shift down to this area. Then we've got this area up here. We've got the point of control with the higher volume. So we've got two potential areas. It's not great because it could just chop around between these two areas. That's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for it to just chop around these two high volume areas. Not at all. Okay. I think this is just a random line from yesterday. Somehow. Random lines in a chart. Okay. Seeing that breakout there with volume. You can see on the lower volume, horizontal volume profile here. We can see that market has broken out with higher volume to the upside. Higher days around at 150. We're trading at 133.8 at the moment. Okay, let's go over to our friends at see there's a potential long there. You know what? It's got a very decent risk reward here. Don't think I'm gonna get that. Looking over there, I don't think I'm gonna get that. But who knows? I'll put
Order
the order out
submitted.
there was that one. There's this one right here. Goodness me. It would have been up on the day. Could have targeted that high volume point. Hold on, where would that taken us? Oh, wow. If I did do that, definitely hit the daily target. Let's see. Let's see here. There's a fairly big gap right there on gold. Goodness me. Should stay locked in. Should stay locked in rather than doing these analyses. Goodness me. Would have definitely got to daily target with open P&L. Huh. Oh well. Life goes on. Life goes on. Highly unlikely we're going to come back down to that entry at 807 without first getting to that 66.50. Oh, we just had that shift there. Point of controls moved down to that 48, but that 66.50, yeah. You should always stay locked in. Should always stay locked in. Could end the trading today after about 20 minutes, which is something I ideally like to go for. There we go. All the way up to 65. Straight through at 66.50. Cancel the order.
Order cancelled.
Cancel the order. I've got to cancel the order. Oh, what the come on. Kick rocks, man. What the? Oh, my flipping knife. Why the is MSNB? Okay. Give me a second here. We're back. Flipping MSNBC, I don't know what that shit's about. Anyway, I need to figure out a way to get that crap off my computer. So, potentially a short right here. We're going to take it. We should take it. Let's take it.
Order submitted. Order filled.
It's going to be a losing trade. 22-1. It's going to be a losing trade. See this? Oh my word. Missed on that trade. And potentially going to secure a loser here.
Stop filled.
Okay. Heading up towards our 1% on gold. Went up to that point of control on the TPO profile, rejecting. Down slightly on the day. Rejecting that point of control, that high volume point. So seems the sellers are hanging around that 860s there. Around the 860, let's just say the 866 to the 880s. Bit of a 14-point range where the sellers are hanging around. Seeing that high volume there, but we'll see. Who knows? Market may come back down, get me an entry long, and then head towards the 950s. Hmm. Oh my. My. Oh no. Let's see. We could be about to get along actually. What is that? 35.9. Hold on. Oh, I've not been marking up my charts. What have I been doing? So this is the strat I wanted to come into today with, because we're below the 20 on the VIX. So, oh, hold on, got to take this long.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay. So I am now long. We just stop at the lows. $147.8. God, goodness me. About to be stopped out. Oh, battery's low. $83.25. $83.25. So we close above there, then I take a potential long with this new strat. Hmm.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
$146.3. 146.3.
Order submitted. Order cancelled. Order filled.
It stopped out there twice, so this strategy is just being an absolute nightmare. I tried integrating it yesterday, and I've tried to do it again today, and it's just not doing what I need it to do.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
I had to get out of that again. Well, we seem to be rejecting off that point of control. We'll see. Okay. Hmm. This rate NQ is going to set up before gold. Goodness me. Are they both going to set up at the same time? I guess not.
Order submitted. Order
Okay.
filled.
Some long NQ. $41.50.
Stop filled.
Huh. Stopped out. Stopped out on the old NQ. Let's go long gold.
Order submit. Order filled. Order submitted.
$43.5.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order canceled.
Look at NQ. This news. This strat is absolutely proving itself garbage, man. Goodness me, look how bad the volume is on micro Bitcoin. Only 8K worth of contracts. That's pretty bad. Hmm. I'll stick with the original strategy. Or do I continue to try and use this new strategy? Decision time. Don't break out without me now.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'm long. 927.50. Seems something's happened here. Must be some sort of news. Ideally, I'd have liked for it to go and hit my target over on gold. No on NQ that I'm already in a position in.
Order submitted. Order filled.
$150. So the target should be 150 on gold, which it is. I'm gonna add to this position here. Add.
Order filled.
With a stop at the lows there.
Order submitted. Target filled.
Target filled over here on NQ. On the personal account. There it is filled on the streaming account. Ideally, we'd like to get to target here on gold. Would really help the account. Just seems the momentum's gone, man. Whatever it was, seems the momentum is gone. Would have thought on this candle that we could see that follow through, but it's just not seeing it. It's a huge candle as well. So if I can get a target here on gold, big massive if, we would be positive on the day. But the momentum just seems lost. See, the upside momentum just seems lost. Run into these highs. To that previous high there. Around the 48.2s. Want to see us break. So we keep holding here. Not a good sign. There we go. Come on. Oh, that should have been up to target.
Order cancelled.
So I got to target on the personal account. Just waiting here. What's going on? Oh my word. Got to target on the personal account. Was the target set too perfectly? Oh, the spread's quite huge. Oh my. Is 152 perfect? The alert didn't even go off 150. See, the alert I had up there was already still there at 150. Let's see. If we were to get the target here. Mm, hmm. May have set that target too perfectly. We'll see. Hmm. This may end up being... Hold on a second. Oh my word, I could have took the short. Could have took the short the other way. It hit 150. Could have took the short the other way. I'm so busy focusing on the long, and because I wasn't triggered, I could have took the short the other way. Oh my word. Could have took the short the other way. Golly, because I wasn't filled in the long. Completely missed the short the other way. Oh my word, could have picked up 58 on that as well. Potentially 58. Seeing NQ move here. Where are we? We've been here for an hour and 19 minutes. Ideally, we'd like to see an end here. You know what? Since when do we take profit at the level? We know the deal. We need to have liquidity to get out. Let's take this slightly lower at the 149.8 if we get it. So target hit right there. Cancel that order. The 150 is probably going to get hit, but I'm going to take the 49.8. Which brings us up to there's that 150 again. Probably going to blast the 150s here. So that brings us up to 844 from, was it 757? 757. There we go, through the 150s. Hold on. Huh? Are all these messages from today? Hold on. Oh, they are from today. Okay. How's it going? I had set and forget trade once. Literally missed my take profit by 0.0001. Ended up losing. What are those blue boxes chart based off? Must be a large seller there on gold. Dang, nice job, man. You recovered that huge loss. I knew you just needed to stick to the strat. Oh, was it the 900k loss? I imagine that's probably the loss you meant. Let's see. So I forget, missed by 0.1. Thanks, nice. Success strat, yeah. I don't think I took a big loss today, I don't think. Or did I? Let's have a look. No. It's mainly paper cuts today. 22, 15, 9, 36, 30, 34. Picked up 110. 51. There's a bigger loss right there. And that's from yesterday. 33. So somewhat keeping the losses smaller has been working in my favor. Yes, that huge one. I remember you were talking about switching strategies. I knew you had. And you stuck with it. Yeah, I completely. The strategy I was using at that time, I've abandoned that strategy completely. I should thinking about taking a short here. Because I'm so close to daily target. Or should I just leave today without getting the daily target? So this short here is because if you look over here to your left, you've got these highs. You got these highs over here to your left. So probably too late anyway. So if you look over to your left, you've got these highs from during the Asian session. Pretty much the higher days over here. You got this high as well, this lower high. And we've seen the market struggling when we've got into this area. We've had sellers come in a couple of times. Had them come in there. Had them come in here as well. But I don't think I should push my luck today. Thinking about shorting it, but around the 48s. Could put a pending order there. Because I don't need much to get to the daily target. Probably would have got to it just then. I don't need much. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, looks like we may get a long gone NQ. Let's see. 2502. Hold on a second here. Close above 2502. I'm going to go long on NQ. Where's that 0250? Let's go with 02. This is all going to be P&L trade in here. If I get the daily goal, then I am going to close a position without going for target. I probably should look to the left on NQ actually. Oh, we're at new highs a day. Ah, goodness me. No. Oh, trading at new highs on the day. Should we take this NQ? No, I'll take it.
Order filled.
Okay. Let's see. Probably. Let's see. Let's do 2250. 22. 5. Is that what's needed? Yeah. Let's do 2250. Ideally, the target should be 25,071.50. That's where the ideal target should be. Ideal target should be 25,071.50. That's where the target should be. But I'm going to try and take 22.75. Let's do 23. You know what? We said 22.75. Oh.
Target filled.
There we go. There we go. So with that, let's see. That should get me to my 100k daily goal. Yep, 866 started at 1757. So 1757, and it'll be up at 1866. And we're seeing this go all the way up. So I did say the target should be 7150. Was it 7150? Let's make sure. Yeah, it should be 7150 all the way up here. That's where that target should be. All the way up to 7150, but not going to hang around for it. Now let's see. Let's go read the comments. Dang nice. Yes, that huge one. I remember you were talking about switching strategies. I knew you had it in using, you stuck with it. No, I didn't stick with the strategy. I actually switched the strategy after that big losing day. I switched to the current strategy I'm using. I realized that big losing day was a bit of a turning point, and the strategy I was using was not suited to high volatility markets, and so I had to switch. I switched to the current strategy I'm using now, and that's what's accounted for the recent gains that I've made in the account. I've tried to integrate another strategy, but the other strategy is a bit hit and miss, to be honest, because I think I'm talking to myself here, but I'll still mention it. Who knows, on the replay, ETH may come back and see it. So with this new strategy, it has a few more losses involved in it, because here, no, this was a current strategy. Well, I do suffer a few more losses with it. I'm going to have a few more losses with this second strategy I'm integrating into this main strategy, but it does work on occasion. We've seen it just work here, and ideally we're looking for that move to 71.50. If it does go up there, further proves, validates the strategy, the second strategy I'm using here, even though we're trading at day's highs. But it would have been pretty good so far. Let's see. So I would have been in, so I could have picked up a further 30 points, but ideally we're looking for, how many points are we looking for here? Let's see. Ideally we're looking for about 62 points on NQ. Didn't like the, so we would have broken through the highs there on gold. So if we go over to our friends over at gold, yeah, we're broken through the highs, new daily highs on gold. We're up to 40, is that 45 on NQ? Wow, it looks like NQ is going to get up to that 71.50. Huh. Maybe I should have held to the designated target. I'm not going to second guess myself. I made the right decision by stopping today. So let's read these comments. Yes, that huge one. I remember that. How are you trading support and resist? Are you trading support and resistance? Kind of like support and resistance. That's a good mentality. Keep in mind what happened last time you overtraded. I'm still here. Okay. Yeah. So, oh my word, look at this. We're 20 points away from the 71.50. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's more momentum based. Wow. We're up to 59. Goodness me. We got to 60, 75. Let's just say that's 61. So we're about 10 points away from that target, the designated target based on the entry. Yeah, so it's kind of like trading momentum, to be honest. It's like, you see those, what do you call them now? Those stock traders. Like this new strategy I'm using, which is accounted for the most recent successes, is it depends a lot on volatility. And that's why at the start of the stream, you'll see me mention VIX a lot. So it seems to work best in conditions where the VIX is above 20. So when we've got a VIX that is pretty high, it works its best. So let's go over here. So this is just a VIX on a daily chart. And this is TVC. I don't think that's like the proper VIX. I think it's just like a derivative product by some broker somewhere. So when the VIX is above 20, there's a lot of volatility in the market and the strategy seems to work well. Now, when VIX is below 20 and there isn't a lot of volatility in the market, probably like say there's like low news or something, the strategy is not going to work well, because what would happen is the targets would be too far. So what would happen is you standard mean reversion in a low volatility market. So you'd have the market head towards where ideally I'd like to see my targets, and you'll turn around before getting to the target and probably come back and hit the stop. So you'll be in a bit of a range as you just mean reverts between levels. So in those conditions, the strategy will not work. In these conditions at the moment, with the fundamentals, you know, you have Nvidia, you have the AI stocks, you have trade wars, all the politics surrounding it. In these conditions, it works ideally because it's similar to those momentum stocks where you have like a news catalyst of some kind, and that's the reason they trade these stocks, you know, FDA approval or whatever that case may be. And then you get a lot of volume and volatility coming to the market. So those low float traders, that's their wheelhouse. Oh, I don't even have my rough scans on here. Anyway, that's their wheelhouse. And I'm trying to do something similar over on the futures on NQ and gold, where I'm looking to look for volatility to come in, and I'm just trying to take a little piece of that volatility. I'm not trying to get the highs and get the lows. I'm just trying to have a market that has momentum, has volatility, is moving pretty quickly, and I just get in and just take a little piece of the move, and that's it. Get in, take a little piece of the move, and that's it. Okay, the range in the day may be, I don't know, like 700, 800, 1,000 points. You know, if I pick up like anywhere between 30 and 50, if I pick up 10% of the daily range, I'm happy with that. The only thing is there are times where you'd have NQ, especially during summer months, where you have the entire day's high to low range, including the European and Asian session, being around, I don't know, like 150 points or something. In those conditions, this strategy would absolutely get crushed, because you'll be just a lot of losses, loss after loss after loss after loss. So the market would not get towards these targets I'm looking for. In a way, I like seeing when the market gets towards where my targets are. It shoots through these targets and go beyond them by an extra 40, 50, even 100 points. I'm not disappointed in any way, because it somewhat validates my thesis that the momentum is there. I don't want to see the market get to my target and immediately turn around. We saw that what it did over here on our friends over at gold. It went to the target and it pulled back without me being filled. So that was a bit concerning a little bit. But we could see the reason why it did pull back, because we had these highs over here. So we had an area where we had sellers come into the market, drive the market down quite a bit actually, if we look at it. So we had the sellers come into the market, drive the market down $40, 412 ticks on gold. It's not surprising that when we got to that level that we got a bit of a pullback. Market could have easily reversed, came all the way down, stopped me out there, stopped me out down here, and I'll be very frustrated. And the thing is, when I look at gold, it does have some good movement through Europe and Asia, but my problem is with gold during these sessions, if you look at the candles here, who knows, it may be a byproduct of how TradingView plots them, but I find TradingView to be, it's my favorite tool for charting and trading. And the reason being, these gaps, I believe these gaps are symptomatic of low volume. So when I'm seeing on TradingView where I'm having these gaps, I'm looking at it like, well, there isn't enough volume, because there's areas where the candles are not closing and opening near the same area. So I look at it and think, it's not great. Even though the price action seems pretty good, the overall volume isn't really there, and I need there to be volume and volatility for me to be confident to take the trade somewhat. And that's the reason why I wait for the US session, despite all these great moves that happen on gold. Over on NQ, it's a similar scenario. NQ's of course got more volatility, more volume to it. Naturally, as an instrument, we've got like 453,000 contracts here. Over on gold, you're looking at only 113. Ideally, we'd like to see above 200,000 at this time of day. We're looking at what, lunchtime? Yeah, 12:44 Eastern. Ideally, we'd like to see a bit more in terms of ES. Had volume at the start of the day, but we can see here how quickly the volume fell off. Actually, probably shouldn't use gold. Gold isn't a great example, because gold doesn't really have a huge open. We've seen here. Let's see. Let's look at NQ actually. So over on NQ, had pretty decent volume at the start, pulled back, volume picked up on this move down. It slowly died off as you'd expect throughout the day, especially as we come into lunchtime. This was a really horrible price action. That's the reason why I don't trade the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. It's because of things like this. I don't like after the first 30 minutes, the market can do very strange things. You have news releases. And that's the reason why I wait for everything to die down. Whatever news are releasing, they can release. And at 11 a.m. I come to the market during the mid-morning before the European session. Closes, and that's where I take my trades. So We're still in play for this 7150 over here from the entry of based off this candle here. Through looking at, this was higher day, so this pullback from the higher day with the momentum coming back in, looking for that 7150. So we'll see. This market could still turn around and clear these lows. Market could still do that. Let's read the comments. I haven't read the comments in a while. I've just been talking away. I'm still here. Why not keep this new high volatility strategy, but also keep your low volatility strategy so you're prepared for any market? Okay. Why not keep the high volatility strategy and keep the low volatility strategy prepared for any market? I completely understand what you're saying there, but I'm looking back at that low volatility strategy and I'm thinking whether I need to do some testing regarding it, but I'm thinking whether that strategy's results was more luck than anything now looking back at it. That's the only thing. Because today I tried to use a strategy which is more conducive towards lower volatility. See? Looks like we're not going to get to that 7150, eh? And the only problem with this other strategy is I have a choice now. I could go for... This was a problem with the other strategy, actually, the low volatility strategy. The low volatility strategy depended on an assessment of the range and volatility of the market. Now, I could use this on this current strategy, but the thing is, in the higher volatility environment, I can manage risk a little bit better in terms of placement of stop. So I'll have these smaller losers, and when I do get a winner, the winner is bigger than it pays for the series of smaller losers. Now, in the low volatility environment, because the market moves back and forth so much, I can't use the same stop I use in a higher volatility environment, which sounds a bit strange. You'd think, oh, well, you're playing a higher volatility environment, you're going to have a bigger stop. But in a strange way, due to the back and forth of the market in a lower volatility environment, I find that if I was to use the same stop strategy in that environment, I'll get stopped at a hell of a lot more. And that's the only problem I've got. So I do have to prepare for the volatility to fall off at some point. And that is something that's at the back of my mind. How can I manage risk in a low volatility environment that could be potentially chopping back and forth and not get 1,000 cuts of attrition to the account? Because I don't like using the stop I use in a low volatility environment, especially after these recent levels of consistency and success I've had in the higher volatility environment. Going back to using bigger stops I just don't feel good about it. I just don't feel good about it at all. But it's something, like you said, it's something I'm going to have to prepare for. Because VIX won't stay high for long. Well, not for long, forever. Oh, actually, I think you trade crypto. So let's go have a look at what's happened on these crypto markets. Let's have a look at the crypto markets. Oh, actually, I should make sure I don't have any orders sitting out there. Let's see. No positions, orders, working orders, no working orders. Okay, so Nvidia gapped down. See, look at that high volume at the low of day. A high volume at the low of day. This must have been that absorption thing. I imagine if we did probably put the the footprints on, we probably would see the absorption down here. So we had the high volume, we broke the lows, and immediately got bought back up and actually closed above the highs of the high volume candle to the downside. And from there, the market just never came back. Well, it came back slightly over here. Came back over here, but it never revisited the lows. That would have been it, actually. Oh, I don't even use those. Let's see. Yeah, as if you could hold 6 points. Oh, wow. 1 to 6. If you could have held it. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, if you get the best results in a volatile market, so might as well stick with volatile trading. I'm up six trades in a row so far. I'm doing pretty good. I've always had tough time recognizing consolidation as they happen. So when waiting for a pullback is my bread and butter. I've always had a tough time recognizing consolidations as they happen. So wait for a pullback. That's my bread and butter. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. So when it is consolidating, it's difficult to recognize that it's consolidating. I completely understand what you mean. Yeah, I've had issues as well in terms of in the past. It's been trending markets because I would be there, and you try to trade. Yeah, with these efficient markets of futures. So you try to trade these breakouts, and then the market turns around and mean reverts, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So you get frustrated, and then you think, you know what, I'm going to mean revert. And of course you mean revert when the market decides to trend. So you start thinking, well, I'm going to sell highs and buy lows or whatever. Market comes up, it just continues higher. You're thinking, okay, this is a high. You short again, market continues higher. Short again, market continues higher. You keep doing that, and then you look back on the day, and the market has just pretty much gone vertical, or it could have got, well, market just pretty much did that, and you think to yourself, well, why didn't I just simply buy the dips instead of sell the rallies? And on days where it's going down, you might do something similar. Markets there going down, and you're there thinking, oh, I'm going to buy the dip, because if I'd have bought the dip over the past couple of days, it'd have worked out. You look at, like, say, the higher time frames, and you look at the market, and you're thinking, oh, the market is, well, I suppose Nvidia isn't a great chart, but you look at the market and you're thinking, oh, well, it's pretty clear the market's in an uptrend, and you just so happen to get the market when it turns, and you're just left frustrated. And that was a thing for me. Like, I would be left frustrated, been trading for like 5 hours, come back, and seeing the market trending, I was left kicking myself, saying, why didn't you just simply buy? But that's just trading. That is just trading. What can you do? You're up 6 trades in a row. That's really good consistency there. 6 trades in a row. Oh, you must be seeing, you are seeing the market well. You must be like a batter in baseball. The pitch must look like a softball to you. Like, could you just imagine like some really slow pitches coming in, you're thinking, wow, just knocking it out of the park. Yeah, lol, that's what I did for a long time until I started trying to truly learn. Yeah, I think most of us traders go through that at some point, where we chase the market around and the market just punishes us. It's almost like the market, it is the market just telling you, you don't know enough, you need to go back to the drawing board. And it's like hitting your knuckles with a ruler, just saying you are not ready. So I'm going to punish you for not being prepared. Look at that. It looks like a bit of a head and shoulders pattern. So there's a head. Oh, hold on. On Nvidia, there's one setup around 340 consolidation to left of the pullback. 340. Let's have a look at that. 340 to the left. So this area here. Should we get the footprints out? Yeah, let's get the footprints out. Da da da. Oh my. The thing with the footprints. Oh, I couldn't do this. I can't do footprints. It just seems like, let's see, negative delta and a bullish candle. Where is the positive candles here? Oh, here's the lows over here. We revisit to the lows. Oh, I wonder if he means a setup using the profile. No, it's not on the left. No, it's not to the left. It's the consolidation. Then there's a price area pullback, most likely the POC, then to the left. Oh, okay, let's have a look. Oh, this consolidation right here. Let's have a look at this using our fixed volume profile. It didn't quite get into that area. What if we were to integrate? So let's imagine we broke out this consolidation. So we at 3:30 we decide to start looking for, I suppose you have to integrate above these highs, so you may include that there. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. The vertical line. Oh, you mean this consolidation? Oh, I was looking at this consolidation. Well, even on this consolidation, we got a nice pullback here. Got a nice pullback, pin bar, rallied. And we pulled back there again. Rallied away. But you said this one right here. Let's have a look at that one. This one's a really nice one. I wonder if we did from the start today, where would it go? It's a little bit too high. It's a little bit too high. So ideally, integrate this and the highs prior. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh, the market's coming back. Ah. See? Didn't quite get to that 71.50. Didn't quite get to 71.50. Got as high as 60.75. The market's turned around. Let's see what's happened over on our friends at gold. What's our friends over at gold doing? Ha, of course. Made slightly higher highs on the day. Sellers have stepped in and decided to put an end to that. See, I don't like this because the gaps. This is very spotty in terms of volume. Just looking at the candles, that's how I can just judge volume without even looking at the lower end of the horizontal profile. The horizontal volume profile. You can see that spotty volume right there. I suppose you could see this as a high, a lower high. Got back inside. Came all the way down. Traversed this entire range here. Let's see what that is. 8.5. Pretty good. Let's have a look. So we were going to have a look at this consolidation right here. Right there. It actually integrates the same. Oh, actually, can I go back and get my old? There we go. So if we do integrate that consolidation, you said 340 though, so same thing. There we go. Nice pullback. Pretty similar. Oh, right. Yeah, just right there. Really good entry there. Had to suffer through a bit of a pullback. That would have been really nice. That pin bar likely hit the PLC in a mini consolidation, then rallied. It came close. Because we're looking at 170, 178, and the low of the pin bar is 85. But then again, you did say it's not going to be perfect, so that's like 7 cents. So I suppose you probably would just start loading there. I suppose actually, if you were looking at that, now this is probably where you would use the old footprint charts. So this is that pin bar. See, the thing is, it's got negative delta. We've got good positive delta on the next candle though. Weak delta on that bear, positive. Negative delta on a green candle. I usually draw, hold on, let's see what, the pin bar would likely hit the point of control of that mini consolidation, then rallied. I usually draw the profile from the start of the rally, drop before the consolidation, red drop after the consolidation, negative delta on a green candle. Negative delta on a green candle. Oh yeah, you're right, yeah. Negative delta, green candle. So they would have been selling it down and got bought back up. Wow. I don't know what profile is this. Oh, same profile. Right there. Price came in. Negative delta green candle. Let's get back to this one. Let's redo the profile. That delta divergence shows absorption since the sellers tried their best but got nowhere. Right there. See, right there. They tried their best. And the market said no mas. No mas. So you said you draw the profile from, let's get the delta divergence shows. I usually draw the profile from the start of the rally before the consolidation. Ah, I see. So you draw it from the start. So we started here. This is where we started. Because we brought these highs and then we retested this area before the buyers came back in. I think this is one of those P-shaped profiles. I watched some YouTube videos and they talk about these P-shaped profiles. I have no clue what they mean by them, but well, of course, it's obvious what they mean. It's obviously this area here is like a P, and then this is like the base of it right there. I suppose we could use this, couldn't we? So there's our P. That's where the consolidation is at the top after the rally. Then my entry is at the start of the high volume node, and the stop loss is either the other side of the high volume node or behind the close of the swing point. Let's go have a look at your let's go have a look. Entry is the start of the high volume node. On the fixed profile, I imagine. So then my entry is at the start of the high volume node. Then stop loss is at either side of the high volume node or behind the close of the swing point. Behind the close. Can't be that close there. No way. You get stopped out. You must mean down here. So the high volume is there. Let's draw that across. So there's a high volume. There's a high volume on that fixed profile. That's the highest volume. No. How are you going to get that wrong? The highest volume is this. Right here. The point of control. There we go. Probably should turn this red, but keep it blue. So the entry will be around the val. On the real-time candle, I could imagine, yes, so the entry would be around the val. And the stop loss under the wick of the green candle started a rally. Under the wick of the green candle at the start of the rally out of the volume area. Oh, so or you'd have a stop down at 171.67 or lower. Am I getting that right? Or you just simply have it just below the POC on a fixed profile? Give me the numbers. Let me just put it on there. What did I say? 171. Let's do 171.68. Ah, I see. 171.68. Value area high. So the value area high would be here. Would you enter before the close of the candle that pierced into the area, or would you simply just take the chance of getting in as the market rejects it in real time? Because I suppose the delta will still be being plotted until it closes. Da, 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 da. But then again, this kind of pin bar candle shows a rejection because the market that came in. I suppose you had your value area high, you had your point of control. $75. 91. Goodness me. They really try to hammer this. They tried their very best. Yes, I would enter in real time. The entry would probably be a little bit below the value area high. Oh, wow. Yeah. A bit lower than value area high. So you'd have a window of from 72 down to 171.85, 15 cents. Yeah. If all the confluences are there, it would be a limit order, and limit order would still be little below the value area high. Yeah, I couldn't make decisions that quick. Like, I have tremendous respect for you. There's no way I would be able to make a decision that quick. Like, it coming into this area, because at one point this candle would have been like really bearish. I know my own psychology, I would be thinking, oh no, what if this just flashes through the entire level and violates all of this volume right here? But that's the thing about having confidence in your strategy. Like, you've done the work, so there isn't anything to fear. And I imagine you're managing the risk as well, which also means that you're going to have confidence in your strategy. That's the beauty of a strategy, is that it works on a time frame, on my favorite time frame. That's the beauty of a strategy, is that it works on any time frame. My favorite time frame is the 30-minute. Sing it. Actually, let's have a look at this. The 30-minute. Let me have a look at the footprints on the retest. Because we retested the 72, which is a value area high from that consolidation. Let's see what we did over here. I suppose. Let's see. Just like you said, mate. Negative delta on a green candle. Look at that. It came right into that value area high on that retest. And you had negative delta on a green candle. More negative delta on a green candle. So if the bears weren't punished enough, so we had 70, 76 there. We tried again. We had 23 there. See, they had 184, but we wicked off. We even had positive delta on a red candle right here. But we wicked off there. Couldn't quite get below that value area high. And the market just got away. One thing I do like about this strategy that you are discussing here is its ability to manage risk. Because the risk is not that high. It's not that high, and the possibility of reward is pretty good. Okay, you wouldn't probably expect us to close a gap today, but goodness me. If you're looking at a risk of less than, say, 50 cents on an instrument like NVIDIA, that's probably going to have, it's trading $172. Its ATR is probably around about 300 cents, 350 cents. If you're looking at a risk of like anywhere less than 50 cents. Of course, you have to think about the spread and stuff, but that's a really nice entry and strategy. The candle shape can tell some of the story too. For example, notice the red candle that has positive delta. The bottom wick is long, meaning sellers tried, but the buyers probably pulled it back. Let's have a look. So the red candle with positive delta. It's this one. Yep, they drove it down. The buyers came in. This is a strategy also works on almost any market since volume is on any market. Yeah, any market worth trading, I'd say. I think, you know, the thing is, I like these kind of markets. One market I started trading on that, and absolute that in hindsight now, I wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole, is the Forex market. Goodness me. I can't believe I traded it for years. Notice there are buyers imbalance on the wick. Okay, we were talking about negative positive delta. Negative candle, positive delta. And, oh, hold on. There's imbalance on the wick. I think you said this is the imbalance, right? 49. 46.9. Oh. Okay. Thing is, we're looking at 192 on the negative, 232 on the positive. Yes, so that means the story was correct. Sellers tried and the buyer stepped in, which created the wick. So they tried to go through the value area high and the buyer stepped back in. They tried again. Buyer stepped back in again. So buyers were just defending this 172 over and over and over again. Let's go have a look at our friends at let's have a look at our friends at Micro Bitcoin Futures. You got it. Oh, so that's how you do it. No, this is just a little bit too quick for me. I think in real time I would freeze. So we just saw 39. Actually, let's think about this actually. Let's see. See, even if you were to put this the other side of the point of control, you're only looking at 34 cents. Of course, you have to think about our we would have to think about our spread. But Nvidia moves a lot of contracts, so the spread shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'll look up Micro Bitcoin, but the volume over there is just terrible. If it's too quick, all you have to do is go higher time frame and do the same thing. That's why I like a strategy so much. Only as quick as you want it to be. All right, so let's have a look at a 30-minute. Oh no, this is not going to give me a setup for days. Nah, this is not going to give me a setup for days. Oh, this will be like probably weeks between setups. Because if I go back here, I have to find some consolidation. Maybe if I use a 5-minute. I suppose this doesn't work because we have the... doesn't work on these stocks because we've got these gaps, which are going to be a bit of a problem. Let's go. I probably need something. On the higher time frame footprint chart is a lot more difficult. Well, if it's more difficult, then that acts as a bit of a deterrent for me. There is one around 7 on the 5-minute. 7? What date is that? What date is that? 7. Ah, through here. Nah, that's not a... Well, we'd have to integrate. No. Let's see. There's around 7 on the 5-minute. I'm trying to figure this out. Do you mean a rally from down here? There's a consolidation before the drop. I suppose you probably will. Almost like the high of day, but I'm not sure. Nah, that doesn't look as clean. It doesn't look as clean to my eye. I'm not a fan of this price action either. This is horrible price action that where it goes down, has a sharp rally up, makes slightly lower lows, an immediate buyer step back in. Couldn't quite take out the highs, came close to it before putting in a higher low. I'm not a fan of when I see price action like this. That would be difficult for me. Even seeing this as consolidation, I know in real time this will be difficult for me as well. Just how I see the markets, I know it'll be difficult for me. See this now. Because it's that kind of P-shaped thing that we saw. Oh, it looks like the buyers are back in. Let's go have a look over here. So after being stopped out over here, the buyers have come back. But anyway. So we rallied, consolidation, sold off. So, yeah, that one is what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, that one, definitely I can see that one. Yeah. Yeah, looking for a short out of the consolidation area. There certainly was opportunities. Could imagine there was. If we get Let's see. Let's change that to VAL. What day was that? Monday the 24th. So the point of control was all the way up there. Come on. The POC. Let's go back down. There we go. Entry would be about a little bit below the point of control, and stop loss around halfway between the point of control and VAL. Why didn't you put the VAL on there? Point of control is a bit shocking anyway. The point of control would have been shocking. Halfway to the... Let's put the Fibonacci on there. And the stop will be about there. That's 50%. And let's go. Let's have a look. Let's look for some failures. Let's see some negative delta on a green candle. That's positive. Slight negative delta there. Let's see that second rally. The retest of the highs. Oh, look at that. Huh. The thing is that most of the wicks on the lower end of the candle, but we still had negative delta on a green candle on the way up. Right through here. Quite a bit of selling there around the 183s. Sellers have come back again. Negative delta on a green. Negative delta on a green. Right there with a wick as well. Right there. I would rather see positive delta on a red. Okay. We got positive delta on a red. Got positive delta on a red right there. But any divergence would be okay. Yeah, this might have been it right here. Negative delta on a green. This might have been it. I think that's that imbalancing you mentioned right there. Hold on, where is the... Hold on, where is it drawing? Right there. Oh, it's because of how it plots it. Oh, it must have like a magnet on there. Take a look at our final rally before the drop. This final rally here. The rally that made the high, that made a slightly higher high. On this rally, it's this candle right here. So we had negative delta on a green, but we continued higher. We had 17 terms of delta there, but we got negative delta on a green right here. There is a gap more recent. Let's go back. Where? Where is the gap? 83. So it's back and forth. It's not even clean. A huge gap on the right. Huge gap on the right. Can you give me the time for that? So we're looking at 1834, 1955, 1727. Well, it says to the right, so it has to be over here. Oh, you mean, oh, the EOD, end of day. It's not on the chart right now. It's a huge spark rally, then they drop. Oh, you mean the end of day? Over here. Yeah, I wouldn't be over here. I would not be anywhere near these markets, especially around the market imbalances. It's just really untrustworthy these markets are. So coming into the market imbalances. Yep, that's a huge one. Look at the perfect entry around the POC. Perfect entry. There isn't a divergence. The delta is positive. I suppose it's just the wick of the candle, the pin bar. Let's see, do we have any positive delta on red candles? I suppose there's this one, but that would have been wiped by this candle here. See, there's a lot of volume that comes in at the end of the day that I wouldn't be anywhere near this. I have tremendous respect for anybody that can trade it, but it just seems a bit of a wild card on the stock market in that final 10 minutes before the market closes. There's just so much volatility and volume that comes in, and it whipsaws a lot. Well, let's see. Point of control. Let's have a look. We saw 134 by 128. See, the imbalance is on this side. Yeah, that's something that would kick my ass, I tell you. I think I'll stick to my just going to clear this back up. Reset. I suppose if I was to put the extended trading hours. Now, the only problem with it is the only problem would have is the light volume in the extended trading hours. Yeah. Oh my, I've been here too long. I've been here for 2 hours and 36 minutes. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Goodness me. Let's go back to our standard candlesticks. Let's change this back to regular trading hours. Been here far too long. Seven 70% chance price will bounce at the previous POC. So even if you just set limit orders correctly, you'd be profitable. 70%. Is that based on the session POC? So the session 70% is a lot. Goodness me. So if we were to do this, no. Oh, it is going to do it. Okay. Imagine if you caught that. Goodness me. If you started loading, say, maybe say you had about 50 cents of room or something, and you started building the position. When you got to the markets here on the 25th, you would be so, oh my word. Goodness me, 5% overnight, 922 cents. You'd be very happy. 70%, wow. 70%, goodness me. That's really nice. Oh, I wonder what's happened over here. Let's see. Let's see if we got any divergence in around these highs. Yeah, we had some divergence right here. Positive delta, negative candle. And then the market just pulled back. That's one of the reasons why Fibonacci takes profit around the previous point of control, since there's a high chance it will start going against him. Yeah, we saw that today, actually, funnily enough, on the, look at these things still going. We saw that today. Oh, actually, I might as well use this chart over here. Give me a second. Let's see. I'll tell you what happened today. It was the NQ trade that I didn't. Let's see, when does this profile start? It starts at 45. Let's get this profile at 45. I'll show you what happened today. And that's a great observation, actually. Let's see, 12. Let's go. So I think it was around here. Here it is. So I was in the market, and this was a trade I missed. No, this one right here, because I took this one No, I took this one, was stopped out. Was it this one? It would have been this one right here. So I didn't take the trade because I was there looking at gold. And what I was planning to do, it would actually been a shorter day if I'd actually took the trade. So I was planning to take it long, and then I was going to target the highest volume point on the TPO profile, which at the time, was it around there? No, I think it's moved around since the volume's been built. But it was around here because I remembered we rejected. So I thought, well, I'd take it and then take profit. And of course, the market never really came back. And it got to that level and the market pulled back. And through this area, the volume kept building on the profile. So if we drag the profile over, where can I get the profile? Oh, it's down the bottom here. Okay. So if we drag the profile over to incorporate the volume that's been built in it. See, the point of control was left down there. Pretty sure it came all the way up here on the old TPO, but yeah, it did come up. So it came up into this area and a consolidation before it broke out. I was able to catch the breakout. But yeah, it's a great observation by Valentino. Because remember today, I was thinking about it and I thought, I'm not going to hold this through at the time, which was 66.50. I think I was targeting. Yeah, I do remember it now. I was supposed to target at 66.50. And yep, 66.50, and because the point of control was all the way up there at 67 on the TPO profile, and just never got the entry. Prices went up to that level, pulled back, and that was curtains. Dang, that spot you first drew on the profile for the trade setup for me, the entry would have been spike. Hold on, let's go have a look at that. Huh? Dang, the spot you first drew the profile. What, to short it? You must mean to short it. Yeah, he must mean to short it. Oh, that's definitely what he means. Because an entry around here, long, would have been curtains. Yeah, he means shorten it. Oh, there's this consolidation to the left as well, interestingly enough. Yeah, there's a consolidation right through here. Yes, it's a short setup. That spike around would have tagged me in on a short. Nice. That would have been a real good short right there. I wonder what would have happened through here. Yeah, I suppose it's still the same place. Through this consolidation. Incorporated all this price action through here. Oh, that would have been a really good short. Goodness me. Let's see what you could have potentially picked up. Imagine you wait to the close of the candle. Goodness me. Almost 100 points. 398 ticks over on NQ. I wonder what this looks like from a TPO point of view. Not TPO, a footprint point of view. So on a footprint chart, as we came up to the POC, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Huh, only 26 on the delta. Goodness me. 155. Why is the delta so weak? So very odd. Delta just looks weak. Goodness me. It's positive, but weak. So there we go. Start picking up some more, especially as we head towards the lows. Positive delta, bearish candle. Positive delta, bearish candle. Well, you can see not long after, had a bit of a rally. What is that rally? Oh wow, 53 points. Nice. But would there have been anything there worthwhile? Because you had this consolidation through here. Would you have been bright? Oh, let's see. Ha. Goodness me. Wow. Look at that. Had this consolidation through here. Price came down to it. Buyers retested it. Buyers again. And we were off to the races. Goodness me. Through this consolidation right here. Nice. Go back over to the... Oh, hold on. Something's happening over on our friends at NQ. Let's go look at our friends at NQ. Seems our friends at NQ want to go attack the highs. Guess they've had enough. That's why volume profile is awesome. Yeah. Volume profile and footprints. Seeing it in real time here. Look at that. We came down to this consolidation. Drew this. The market came down. Let's put a point of control. Let's put a val on there. Let's put this as cap locks VAH. And then if we were to go down to the footprint charts on the retest. The retest. So we still had negative delta there. But right there, look at that. We tested the val. The VA, as they say. Not the val, the VA. Positive delta, bearish candle. Look at that rally there. We came back down to it. Negative delta, bullish candle. Continued. I suppose these were all positive deltas. We had a negative delta and a bullish candle here as well. And the market just continued away from there. Look at that. I suppose this isn't near the entry point, but further 58 points, 235 ticks. Goodness me. Oh, look, there's that imbalance thing. Right there. Around that area. I suppose we had an imbalance over here as well. On this candle. It has negative delta. Oh, wow, there it is. The divergence. Negative delta, green candle. Has an imbalance near that value of the consolidation to the left, which took place. It's around 10 Eastern, 15:30. It's around 10 Eastern. From around 10 to 10:30. Built up this area, retested it, divergence. Off to the races. Off to the races. Look at that. Lol, there's a setup on NQ. That's why volume profile is awesome. Look at that as a setup on NQ. Yeah, it is. It certainly is. It certainly is. It certainly is an awesome piece. It's an awesome tool. It really is. Let's see what this bigger profile here. Let's see what happened when we came down to retest that point of control. The bigger point of control. So we're looking for a bit of divergence here. That could potentially trigger us long. Right there. Goodness me, look at that. So we got that bigger profile right here. This was that bigger profile. I use a time frame given on the TPO profile. Prices came down, and look at this candle. Green candle, negative delta. And look at that. Goodness me. Wow. What? Oh, I'm not going to measure that all out. Goodness me. So let's identify the candle, and then we take the footprints off, and then we will measure it out to see what the market did. So we had the little imbalance right there, negative delta green candle, which means we had a failure, selling failure. So let's get our arrow identifier. It's this doji candle. Let's go back to right there. Let's reset. Goodness me. It's this candle right there after the point of control of a bigger pre-post session well, let's say it's a kind of sign of pre-US session profile included in lunchtime Europe. Look at that right there. No, it's this one right here. 203, probably more than 203. It's more, probably 205, but let's go with 203.75. 815 ticks to the upside on NQ. Goodness me. Wow. Incredible stuff. Absolutely wow. And that's all based off this profile. It doesn't integrate all the action. Let's go back. Let's see if we integrate all the action, would the POC be the same? So let's integrate this move here, the breakout to the upside on this profile. So let's see. Okay. Let's just say we got into second consolidation. So instead of the POC, we'd have to use a value. We'd probably have to use a value high rather than the POC. If we were to do it further back with a POC, it's interesting that the shift to the same area. Look at the recent price action. There's another setup. What do you mean? It means through here. Oh, I see. Right there. Let's see if we get the divergence on the retest of the POC. Da-da-da. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Oh, right there. Right there. Negative candle, positive delta on a move towards the POC. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. Positive delta, negative candle. From there, we saw 38 point move, 38.25, 153 ticks. There's also a buying balance on the wick. Huh? Where is that? Oh, there is, yeah. Oh, let's have a look. There it is right there. A buying balance right there. A buying balance around 25,008. 210. Right in that area right there. Wow. That's some real good stuff. Oh my, I've been here for 3 hours. Mr. Ethan, I'd like to thank you for stopping by. As always, it's been interesting, but I've got to head off away from trading. I said I was going to come in and trade for about an hour today, and I've certainly done 3 times what I was supposed to do. Even though scheduling allowed me to trade tomorrow, I'm not going to trade because no problem, mate. Because these extra hours I've spent here today are certainly going to impact some of the tasks I have to do away from trading, and also tomorrow as well. I do have a few tasks away from trading. I'll try to come back on Thursday, may not. If anything, it'll be Friday. And even that's questionable. But thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.